Write these things down now. That's all it is. I can fill in the blanks. I need a guideline to work around these days. I want to say thank you to everybody who came here to support causes, as it is a melange of different. It's like a jam session of causes, which is very cool. I especially want to thank everybody up on the balcony, all the mayor fans for coming out just so that you guys on the floor understand how dedicated my fans are. They had to write an essay to be able to spend 250 bucks. There's a lot of hoops to go through. You win the chance to pay money. It's a brand new idea. And thank you guys, and I promise I will give you the best show you've ever seen. All your body is a wonderland for 45 minutes. It's going to be fantastic. This is an evening to celebrate the healing power of music, which has been celebrated many times before, but I think it takes on a certain other heft when you see the video that's about to play. A lot of what's in the video, you'll hear about triggers, negative triggers, triggers for PTSD, triggers for anxiety, stress, depression. But, when you think about it on the other end, there are triggers that are all positive. Well, unless, you got In Your Eyes playing and you think of her, that's probably maybe a negative trigger. Maybe all music is all positive triggers because you actually dig feeling bad when you listen to music, I don't know. But you start seeing the negative triggers and the positive triggers, and you realize that music is all positive triggers. It takes you to a sense memory that is warming and nurturing, and it's a really, really powerful thing. And that's why I'm proud to be a musician, and I've said it every time I've been at a podium. I'm just really, really proud to be a musician and have that sort of power. It's not being a Marine or a cardiologist or a medic, but it's got its own sort of sage, weird power that I'm really happy to be involved in. I also want to explain a little bit about why I'm here, and why I would get involved with a charity on a much larger scale than just showing up with a guitar and supporting someone's charity. This is my 10th, 11th year of being a musician, and I've always been going to other people's charities, and always wondered, why don't I have one? And I realized that it's not a strategic decision. You don't sit around one day and go, it would be neat, it's time to have a charity. You have to get struck by something. And the way that I got struck by this was by accident. I never went on a PR trip. No one ever said, hey, you're a celebrity. I want you to meet some of these guys and women from the armed forces. I want to tell you a little bit about how this actually came to be. I started actually training Israeli Krav Maga because I was looking for something to do. And that's quite something to do if you're looking for something to do. And so I started training and met a guy named David Kahn, who is the US senior instructor for Israeli Krav Maga. And I started following him wherever he went. He would invite me to places, and he'd say, hey, I'm teaching these two bar owners who got beat up the other night how to fight in a bar. You want to come with me? I was like, yes, I would. That's pretty damn cool. And he would say, I'm teaching the state police, close quarter breaking and entering, room clearing tactics. Do you want to see that? I was like, who doesn't? It's amazing. It's like being in the Bourne Identity, but remembering everything. That'd be awesome. So then he said, hey, I'm going down to Camp Lejeune to teach MCMAP, which is the Marine Corps Martial Arts Program. I'm going to teach their instructors. We're going to incorporate some Krav Maga stuff, some close quarter rifle defense, knife defenses. I got to go to that. I have to check that out. It's just kind of badass. And I happened to be playing a show the night before somewhere in South Carolina, North Carolina, so I flew on my day off to Camp Lejeune, and I was in fatigues and a t-shirt and Nikes, and I was there to train. Or my own fake rock star version of training where you, don't choke me that hard. Whoa, I got a gig tomorrow. But I had a really good time, and I was able to meet these really, really great, unfortunately, kids. I can say kids now. I went to, I was walking through as a member of the Israeli Krav Maga sort of world. And so I caught everybody off guard because they weren't there to meet a celebrity. And I wasn't dressed like a celebrity. I was dressed for the mat, you know? And I met really talented, we went to what's called the ISMIT, which is the dry fire, sort of perfectly weighted version of modern warfare, but in person, you know. And you pick up these giant weapons and you have these, sort of like a video game where you have to go into a room and clear the room. And some guys come out of a crate and they're civilians, or they're, you know, some are hostiles, some aren't. And I would play with them. These kids were amazing. Bam, 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 bam. They're like, okay, we're gonna review now. John Mayer, you shot 4,000 times, you hit nobody. They would say, Eric, you shot twice, you killed 19 people. Well done. And then they took me through a place called the Wounded Warrior Barracks. And I said, cool. Yeah, you know what? The Wounded Warrior Program. And I must have had it confused with Walter Reed, because what I thought I was going to see, and what I later found out most people think they're going to see, are physically wounded warriors, which you certainly do. But I was expecting to see a much more external injury than I actually did. I saw internal injury. I thought, oh, this isn't so bad. I wonder what this is all about, you know. And I started talking to these guys and these girls, and it's I'm really glad I went the way I went, because I was there as another person and I was able to listen, and that started this trajectory of making sense out of this, of bringing reason to this, of putting my mind to it, what little there is, and finding out, how do we do this? It seems so possible. It's like, this seems like it equates, we can do it, you know? And I was able to meet the really great people at NCR, you know, Bob Obama and Robin and Gerard, you know, and they took me through, again, without, I was not there as a celebrity. I've never been there yet as a celebrity, and I will never, ever go or do any of this as a celebrity. And what I was expecting to find was a really negative picture, as if I was expecting they were going to say, John, help us. We need money, we need funds, and I was ready to do it. I would do anything for that. And what I found out was that they don't really need help in the sense that most causes need help, which is, we need financial aid. Every question I asked, do you need this? No, we got it. Department of Defense is funding it. What else do you need? Well, we've got a 7 Tesla DTI imaging system. So that's great. So where do you need me? And I think, and I don't want to speak for them, but the takeaway I got was, we just need them to show up. Is that right? So am I saying that right? Yeah. We just need them to get here so we can help them. And that's where I think I can come in, is by explaining to people that if you ever had a yellow Support Our Troops sticker, that wasn't a sticker that said support our troops now. That was an IOU that says, I promise to support our troops when they return. Woo! You know? There's a lot to be done. There's a lot of sort of social invention that we have to figure out. We're not quite sure how to do it yet. And certainly on the scientific side, those guys are killing it. It's amazing what they're able to do. On the social side, everyone you meet is different. Everyone you meet, if you ask them, how do you want to be regarded? How do you want to be treated? Do you want to be thanked? And some people say, I don't want thanks. I don't need thanks. I just went and did my job. Other people want thanks. Some people don't. Some people get uncomfortable at the airport when someone says thank you for your service. It's a mixed time, but that's a really good thing, because it's as young. And these guys are young, these girls are young. And what's most important, I think, to understand about this is that they're 21, 2, 3, 4, up to 30. Mathematically speaking, that's still a small percentage of their life. And there is so much more life they are going to live. And I think that's a really hopeful thing. You've got Susan, you've got Niall, you've got me in whatever lame capacity I can come up with something. You've got the geniuses at NCR. I went through the National Intrepid Center of Excellence in DC. This stuff is amazing. It is just about getting one side to the other side and connect it. And that's why I feel like this is something I can really spend a lot of time applying myself to. And so I just want to say that this is something that now stems completely from me. It's something that I will never give up. It's something that I feel like is an incredibly important thing, and there are a lot of great minds on it. And so I hope that this evening you understand this is a hugely hopefully positive thing. I'm sure that it is. I'm sure it doesn't take long. I think we've learned enough from the